It's your girl Lisa, and I am back in the building. Sunday dinner, by request, crispy fried chicken breast, creamy macaroni and cheese, and the side that I decided to do was green beans with bacon. So that's what we're doing today. So I'm going to give y'all a little quick crispy chicken breast jam. It's a 3-part series. It's not just shaking in some flour and throwing in some grease. We're going to put together macaroni and cheese. I've already boiled the macaroni because that takes the longest time, other than the macaroni and be in the oven. And then we're going to saute some bacon, put some frozen green beans on top because I like to use frozen green beans. I hate mushy vegetables, especially ones like broccoli and green beans. So I use frozen. So before we go any further, hit that like button for me. Thank you. Now, so when you want to make something crispy, like any meat, fish, chicken, breadcrumbs are the best way to do it. They don't have a ton of flavor. I wouldn't use the really seasoned ones because they have a tendency to get dark when you cook them, because you can't really control the season and the spice you put in them. I just use some panko breadcrumbs. I season it myself. No salt in the breadcrumbs because I'm going to put spice on the chicken and in the flour. And then you dredge it, egg it, crumb it, fry it. It's that simple. Sounds like a lot. It's really not. These, I'm using cavatappi noodles. Show them to you. That's a cavatappi noodle. It gets more of the sauce on the inside of it. I'm using 3 different cheeses and half and half. When you do it, if you want it the more liquid you add to your macaroni and cheese, the creamier it'll be. The less liquid and the more eggs you add, the more cake-like it will be. So I think it kind of just depends upon what you want, the consistency you want for your macaroni and cheese. One of you Bomb Squad members, one of you family members told me to make creamy, so I'm making creamy. So I'm using half and half. You can use condensed milk. My grandmother used to use it. I couldn't find it yesterday, and I wasn't about to be in the store for like 13 hours looking for condensed milk. So I walked past the half and half, and hey, that'll work. You want to use something that has a lot of fat in it. You can use 2% milk if you don't want a lot of fat, but you need something to have fat in it, because anything other than 2% milk or skim milk or anything like that, coconut milk, any of that, it's not going to have enough fat content to give you the rich, creamy macaroni and cheese you want. It'll be good, but it won't be that rich, you know. Yeah, won't be that. Alright, so let's get the macaroni and cheese together first, because that'll go in the oven. While that's cooking, we'll put the chicken on. While that's cooking, I'll do the beans. If you do it in that order, everything will get made about the same amount of time, and you can end about the same time. Because if you do the chicken first and then do the macaroni and cheese, the chicken will be getting cold while the macaroni and cheese is cooking. So you don't do that. So let's do the macaroni and cheese first. So start off, I already boiled the noodles, so they're already boiled. Don't boil them to the soggy. Don't boil, if you like them mushy, don't boil them to mushy. Boil them to al dente. Boil them to right there done, because you're about to put them in the oven. So don't boil them for a long time. I'm using 3 different kinds of cheeses. I'm using a cheddar cheese, cheddar melt blend. You can do any of them. Velveeta has them. Because we're doing macaroni and cheese, and because you just want the flavors of the cheese, I'm using the store brand. But if you don't want to, but you want to find one that has like a cheddar American cheese blend, that'll be, it'll say like macaroni and cheese melt or melty thing. It'll say something melty. I'm using a gourmet cheddar blend. Cheddar is a sharp cheese, so you want to get that little bite. You want to hear that flavor in it, and it's oily, so it adds another element of the richness to your macaroni and cheese. And last but not least, mozzarella. I don't know what it is. It gives you that when you pick up the macaroni and cheese out the pot, and then get the long strings of cheese. That's what the mozzarella does. You know what I'm talking about? The other cheese clings to the mozzarella, but it's that mozzarella that gives you that cheese look that you just like, I'm about to hurt myself kind of cheese look. So 3 different cheeses. We're going to put them on the inside and on the top. 2 eggs. You need the eggs to give it that custard consistency. But like I said, it's the amount of liquid that you add to it that gives you whether the creamy, saucy macaroni and cheese or the harder cake macaroni and cheese. So give me 1 second. I didn't pull out the half and half. Last but not least, half and half. Alright, so first make sure the noodles are separated, which they are. The noodles are still, my noodles are still a little hot, but that's fine, doesn't matter. So I'm gonna spray the bottom of this dish. I have these kind of dishes for everything. So any pan relief spray is good, doesn't have to be anything in particular. Just so, because no matter what, your macaroni and cheese will stick. So not this one. Where's my other one? Ooh. Where are my other ones? Oh, babe. Hi. Can I get some height? Y'all know DC Kool-Aid in the background. It's my kitchen helper. Can I get some height? I need that Crisco spray back there in the back. You see it? Oh. Thank you. Did you say hi, baby? Mm-hmm. I don't feel like
hi, baby.
So just spray the bottom. And the sides, just cover it because it is going to get sticky. It is going to get ooey and gooey and sticky and mushy. So the order in which you add things is irrelevant. I normally add the cheese first, then the eggs, then I add my liquid last, just to gauge. Because the cheese will start melting a little bit because the noodles are hot. So I use about a half bag from each of them on the inside because I'm going to put cheese on the top. I need a bigger kitchen, y'all.
We working on it. We working on
Need a
it.
bigger kitchen, y'all. But that's all right. We're gonna work it out. So, just put your cheeses in there. Last but not least, cheese blend. Why do you make it so hard to get this stuff, y'all? I need a knife to get in the cheese. You know what I mean? Who's just gonna sit up there and see how cheesy that is? Look, never hurts. All right, so stir it around. There you go. Cheese is in. You want to make sure it's evenly distributed because as it cooks, you want to make sure there's cheese in every single bite. 1 egg, 2 eggs. Make sure there's no shells in your thing. I felt it. No shells. And you stir them around. You can crack the eggs before and stir them if you want to. That's an extra step that you don't have to do. You can do it if you're feeling all fancy, but you don't have to. Because you're going to mix it up a little bit. Now, last but not least, you add the liquid. Now, a good eyeball for the liquid is your eyeballs. Alright, so I got the quart size. I think it's a quart. What is that? Yeah, it's a quart. So you want to stir it around and you want to see, because your liquid, quiet as it's kept. I don't know if y'all knew, pasta soaks up liquid. So that's why the liquid, the milk, is the last thing you want to put in there, just to see how much of it gets soaked up. So alright, that should be enough. I still want it to kind of, you know, to tighten up some. I still want it to be, and that all depends on how you cook it as well. If you don't cover it before you put it in the oven and you cook it just straight out, a lot of that liquid will evaporate. So if you do want a sturdier, heartier kind of macaroni and cheese, don't cover it. Just cook it on low for a long time. However, if you want to retain the moisture, I'm adding seasonings to the macaroni and cheese because even though the cheese has flavors of its own, you still want to have onion powder, garlic powder, some paprika. I use smoked paprika all the time, so I like the way that tastes. You want a little bit of, I'm using an orange, I found this orange peel. Hold on, let me get this orange pepper. You know how lemon can sometimes be, but sometimes you need that brightness and you need that little bit of extra that you never know. Found that orange pepper instead of lemon pepper because you know how lemon can be a little tart, too tart. But the orange pepper gives you the pepper plus that little freshness that sometimes, you know, when we growing up, we ain't having our food. We just had salt, pepper, sea salt, paprika. You know how we do. Now make sure that you're using the powders, not the onion salt or garlic salt, because how much I put in there, if you'd have did that with salt, it would have been too salty to eat. So when you're buying, if you have salt, like I use sea salt. I don't use just regular salt anymore. I use sea salt. So if you have salt, don't get onion salt, don't get garlic salt, get the powder, get the granulated, don't get the salt. Because then you can put as much of that onion and garlic flavor and stuff as you want without the extra salt, and you can salt it to taste. So that being said, I'm a firm believer in using, I think it's Magi or Maggie, I don't know what it is. But this one, I use Goya too. But what this is, it's a bouillon. And we're cooking chicken. So, just another layer of flavor. Plus, instead of using salt, this has a high sodium content. So you can use this instead of salt. It gives you flavor and the salt that you need. Because food needs salt. It needs salt to bring out the other flavors. It just does. Not a lot of salt, but it does need salt. Alright. So last but not least, that is what's getting ready to go in here. Y'all ready? Da da da! Oh, and you gotta get all this good juiciness out of the bottom of it. So, it's in the pan. Distribute your noodles and everything evenly through the pan. And there is your macaroni and cheese. Now, this is why we held on cheese. What is the cheese? Not cheese on the top. There is no such thing as macaroni and cheese without cheese on the top. When you go to places and they be giving you the macaroni and cheese, you get it because you love macaroni and cheese. You go in there and they ain't no macaroni and cheese. There's cheese on top. It's macaroni and cheese juice. It's not macaroni and juice. You've got to have that burnt up, crusty little situation going on the top. Make sure you cover the entire top in cheese, because the reality is some of your noodles will burn a little bit if you don't. Cheese does two things. Adds another layer of protection. I'm gonna use some of these seasoning. I got some seasoned breadcrumbs. I season, not the store season. So that I'm gonna use to bread the chicken in a minute. So this will do two things. When I take the top off to brown the cheese won't stick, because that will keep the cheese from sticking, because it's nice. So, nope, and nope. I don't know, it's doing something. Alright, so I love foil. It's a very persnickety little situation. It gets caught and you don't want to act right. Oh yeah, that's what happened. See, it's like it's all bunched up right there. I just need enough to go on top of here. Alright, so once we get the foil, we're going to put that in the oven.
You can put that over there.
So now, we're going to go to, no, I need the, yeah. So, we'll be right back. Okay, you can stop it. Alright, what's up guys? We're back. Macaroni and cheese is in the oven. Now, we're going to do the chicken. So right here, you want to show them better? Right here is what we call on Food Channel, my dredging station. Flour, egg, breadcrumbs, my brain's froze, and then the skillet. The skillet is getting to that hot. Look at the skillet. Do you see it shining? Kind of see it moving by itself? That means your oil is almost ready. So, let's get over here and let's season the chicken. You bake the chicken? Come on. Alright, so you season the chicken however you season anything, however you season any meat that you have. On the chicken, I'm going to use celery salt instead of just regular salt. Again, like I say, it's all about flavors. But I'm going to still use the orange pepper, roasted garlic, onion, and smoked paprika. That's really all you need. We're using chicken breast. So chicken breast has a tendency to dry out. So it also, the flavor will be on the outside. Because it's a chicken, I'm using this to stir with instead of just using my hand. But you want to get a good coating on each piece. These are bigger chicken breasts. So we're going to fry them at a lower heat. So we can cook them all the way through but not burn the crust, because the crust will burn if you try to fry them like we deep frying something, especially when we're doing it with breadcrumbs. So I am going to use my hand though, because right now all I'm doing is the chicken. So we're going to take one piece of chicken out, make sure it's got seasoning on all of it. Then you take it, put your chicken in the flour. I put like very light seasoning in the flour. Every section of this is seasoned. The flour is seasoned a little bit differently. Then the eggs are seasoned a little bit differently than the breadcrumbs are seasoning. It's called layering flavors. It is, you want to do it. Because, you know, flavors are not just salt and pepper. It's a lot of different flavors. See you use one hand. It's called the dredging hand. Because guess what? Your hand is going to be nasty. Now, if you want like double crisp, you know, you can't egg it again. And breadcrumbing again. I don't want all that, because there's too many layers of stuff to get crunchy. I like just the one. See how that's popping? That's what you want. So now I'm gonna lay it down. It's a little smoke coming off of it. There you go. No. No. You say so.
I can make it go fast though.
Because I gotta go faster because... What's up guys? And we're back. So I put the chicken in the oven to let it finish cooking so it won't get so brown. I hate electronic stoves, because you really can't do the temperature and I don't want it to get too brown. So it's going to finish cooking in the oven with the macaroni and cheese while it browns. So now, last but not least, we're going to do our green beans. So when you're cutting things like bacon, meat, stuff like that, you want to use a blade with a straight edge, not like a serrated edge, because it'll tear it and it won't cut it. Even if it's sharp, it'll still tear it. And this is a good advice. It's called a steel. If you go to a store, it's called a knife. It's called a steel. What it does is it straightens the blade and it sharpens it as you do this little action back and forth. Get my shifty on. You know how I like it. You know how I do. Anyway, so before you cut something, even if your knife is sharp, this knife I'm using has a self-sharpening little case I put it in, but I still use this because the faster you go, the better. Alright, so we're going to cut the bacon up. So I'm just going to cut it like this. Not in the little bitty tiny pieces. Just straight across. I am going to put a little extra fat in it. I'm going to show you what I found. For anybody who is trying to cut down on butter, if you're vegetarian or vegan, I found this. Found it at Walmart. It's like $7 for this one, $7.69, almost $8 for this one. But what it is it's coconut oil with the butter flavor in it. I'm also going to use it when we do our cookies. So I'm going to take just a little bit because you want that butter flavor, that fat flavor. And it also helps cook the bacon a little bit faster. Sorry, y'all. Not a lot, just a little. Gonna drop these in here. You want to hear that sizzle? When you're cooking things like bacon and stuff, especially when you want to render the fat out of the bacon, because that's what we really want to do. Because it's not going to be crispy because we're going to leave the bacon in with the green beans as I'm cooking them. But I do want to render the fat out of the bacon because the fat is the flavor. Now, this is a by no means vegan meal. But I was just saying, if you are vegan or vegetarian and you don't eat meat, or you don't use animal products of any kind, this is good. You'll get the butter flavor. You can cook with it. You can bake with it. It's very good. Try it. So, alright. So we're gonna let that cook for a few minutes. Like I said, it'll get crispy, but it's not gonna stay crispy because the reality is, once I put the green beans in there and I steam the green beans, the moisture is gonna be let out of the green beans, and it's still gonna be soggy, but it'll be done. That's what you want. That is what you want. That's what you're looking for. You want to render the fat out of your bacon or any fat-back meat product that you're using for cooking. Now, when I cook Christmas dinner and I do my greens, it's going to be a little different because I'm going to use smoked turkey necks. But I will boil them first because that will release some of the fat that's in the smoked turkey neck, and it'll put it in the water that I put my greens in. I don't use a lot of water in my greens because I use the frozen ones if I can't find the fresh ones. Frozen sometimes better anyway. Alright, so, oh, I got this on the wrong one. I forgot this one had a small burner. Alright, so it's almost done. It's almost done. Look at it. Smelling like bacon. Not everything better with bacon. I think I just cook bacon because y'all know I like bacon. Everything just smells good with bacon. Oh, y'all, guys, y'all made me think of something. I'm gonna make a bacon butterscotch cookie. Watch what I tell you. For Christmas. Wait on it. I'm gonna get some good thick bacon, render it down, cut it in small pieces. Butterscotch chips. I don't know what kind of flavor we'll use for the cookie. What kind of flavor we'll use, babe? What you think? We'll go good with butterscotch and bacon. I don't know why. Butterscotch bacon snickerdoodle. Hey. That's DC Kool-Aid in the background giving me ideas. See how it looks, y'all? See why we're talking? While I'm brainstorming about my cookies, you see how the bacon's looking? You want to get it to that brown. You don't want to burn it. It can be crispy. You don't want to burn it because it will give your vegetables. You don't really want to burn any of your meat like that because it'll give your vegetables a burn flavor. You don't want that. You got to work too hard to get it out. So, now, I'm just going to take this bag, slice and dice it. Now, I've let the green beans sit out for a little while so they're not completely frozen. And then once I put the green beans in there, I'm just going to take them. Make sure they're coated. Make sure I get the bacon fat, and the quote-unquote butter on all the pieces. Alright, see that? It should look like that. So now we're going to season it. So, back to the holy seasoned trinity, onion powder, garlic powder. Well, this is granulated garlic. There is a little difference. Granulated garlic is a little bigger. Not quite as fine. And paprika. Now that's just your holy seasoning trinity. Put that in. Because we're using bacon, we're not going to use salt. But I am going to use my pepper to tie it all together. If you use like the orange pepper in one thing, use it in everything. And y'all know how I like my things. So this is like a ham seasoning. We're going to use this in the place of salt. Because it does, again, it has a high salt content. So you can add, reinforce the bacon flavor, get the salt flavor, and that's it. So let them cook. We're gonna let them steam. We're gonna let the rest of the water that's in them, since they're just semi-frozen, I'm gonna let the rest of that water, I'm gonna let that steam them. They'll get nice. They'll have a nice chew on them. They won't be too mushy. They won't be too hard. And when you come back, we'll have the finished product. We'll have the macaroni and cheese, the chicken, the green beans. It'll be on. We'll be back. What's up? And I am back, and we are done. This is Sunday dinner. It's in the books. Let's start with the chicken. Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's get that crispy. Hold on. Let's see if it's crispy. Hold on. Hold on.
Ooh. Ooh. Look at that, y'all. Look, look. Ooh. Ooh.
It's hot. It's hot. Y'all hear that crunch? Y'all hear it coming off? There we go. I'm cutting it up for her anyway. So, hold on. I'm going to finish while I'm here. Now, the crust is going to come off a little bit. That's fine. That's alright. Because I'm actually going to put some mumbo sauce on the top of this. Alright. So, now, y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Look at it. Look, 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 y'all.
Top is crunchy. Look how it's coming out. Hold on, y'all. Let's get it together.
I don't have a tripod, y'all. Excuse me.
There you go.
Ooh.
Alright. Last but not least. Here we go.
Good old dinner.
And there you go.
Hold your plate up, baby. Thumbnail. I can't see your face. Lift it up some more. What the world was that? that mean muggy.
Yep. So this, if I wasn't showing you guys how to do it, it would have took an hour. So this is a quick, full Sunday dinner, Monday dinner, whatever day. You ain't got to wait to cook till Sunday. Do it on Tuesday. Taco Tuesday sometimes can be Sunday Tuesday. So, thank y'all so much for joining me. If you haven't liked this video, like it right now. Alright. Comment down below. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me what else you want to see. Just comment. Just say what's up. Share this video so maybe somebody else can cook a dinner for somebody else. You never know. It's about paying it forward. It's
my food getting cold.
I told her to come on. You know how long it took her to come get this video? And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Subscribe. Share, like, comment, hit that, smash that notification bell. This is your girl Lisa. I'm doing it for the Bomb Squad. I'm always doing it for the Bomb Squad. I'll be back. Love y'all. Peace.
Yeah. DC KOOLAID and Lisa doing challenge on your head top. Yeah, you know what's happening when you tune in. Story times, pranks, and vlogging, man. We a great big family, we the Bomb Squad. We on that grind to a number with a K, best believe you'll stay. You can chill with the fam like most of y'all do. DC KOOLAID, Lisa, and Nick too. With Charles and Barbie living that YouTube life. We love our fans and supporters, we a family dude. So come on down to Bomb Squad Town. Have a seat watching videos. And nobody likes to hate, keep it positive and have a nice day. Oh, I forgot, smash that like button. Bomb Squad, Bomb Squad, Bomb Squad. Hey!